Hello guys, Hunter Unit 751 here, back with another Ninja podcast. This is Ninja podcast number 3, and today we're going to be doing a preview for Sasuke 35, just like we did for Sasuke 34, only hopefully not as long as the last one was. As usual, we got Alpha Puma joining us once again.
Hello.
And we also have a new person here today. We have Atlantic Champ.
Hi.
How you guys doing? You guys doing all right?
Oh yeah,
I'm doing
Sasuke.
terrible, but fine at the same time.
Oh, well, that's good and not good, I guess. Yeah.
Atlantic's gonna be an excellent addition to the podcast.
Yes, Atlantic. We were going to have Smokey again, but Smokey's a bitch. So anyway, Atlantic, we got Atlantic instead. And I think Atlantic will admit that his Sasuke knowledge, particularly recent Sasuke knowledge, perhaps isn't the best, but he's confident that he'll be able to get through this podcast unscathed.
Oh yeah.
So, Sasuke 35. I cannot believe we have made it to 35 tournaments. It feels weird, just like when we were talking about Sasuke 34, that Sasuke 34 was the 20 year.
I haven't been alive that long.
Yeah, the 20 year. But Sasuke 34 was the 20-year anniversary. Yeah, I was like friggin' 3 years old when Sasuke.
Yeah, I wasn't born. Dang.
It feels really weird because Sasuke 34 was the 20th anniversary, and now Sasuke 35, which is also a big landmark. It's not the same as, Sasuke 30 or 20 or whatever, but it just still feels really great. And also, I mentioned this in the last podcast, the fact that this tournament is like less than 6 months after Sasuke 34. So, like, we're getting tournaments at a decent pace at the minute.
Yeah.
Which is really good for Ninja Warrior in general.
Oh,
there are a lot of people that are saying that that Sasuke may be dying. I honestly think the exact opposite. It's getting stronger, especially with how big it's become.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all over the world. I mean, obviously Sasuke isn't what it used to be. It's definitely gone downhill in recent years, since the M9 bankruptcy, and since the Sasuke Rising, they've been on a very tight budget, but the love for the show is still amazing, and whilst maybe Sasuke has declined slightly, the brand of Ninja Warrior in general it's bigger than ever with the amount of different competitions we have all over the world. And the community side of things as well. Obviously, I think a couple of weeks ago there was the National Ninja Leagues. And how many?
I was in one.
It was interesting.
I was in one of the heats.
How many of them have there's been? It's just great how good things are going right now for the Ninja Warrior community all over the world.
I tried for National Ninja League. It didn't go very well.
Oh, did you fall off?
You went to one of the qualifiers too?
Yeah.
You didn't fail the first obstacle, I hope.
No, I failed the second.
Hey, yes, I got to the fourth obstacle in my UK qualifier. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sasuke 35 coming into it. I'm just going to throw out the general first question. What are you guys hoping for Sasuke 35? What would you want to happen that would make this a good tournament, which would make Sasuke 35 a good tournament?
Cons and Seiha.
Oh, that's asking for much.
I mean, that would be the ultimate.
Yeah, I think with this tournament, I feel like they geared it towards a lot of success, but also as much failure later in the stages. So I'm looking for a good amount of new people and a good amount of success overall.
Okay.
I'm looking
Atlantic?
for somebody to actually, get to the last obstacle on stage 3 at least. That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, we joked about
personal
how things had declined slightly from 32 to 33, and things definitely. We'll get it into more detail about what happened in
Well,
Sasuke 34 later on.
It's a renewal. Didn't Morimoto get constant in 32?
Yeah, no, that was
Yeah,
31.
31, yeah.
And then obviously 32. 32 was actually, I know obviously everyone shits on the tournament for some of the other stuff, but results-wise, the tournament wasn't that
Result-wise
bad.
was a great tournament. Yeah.
33 was not so good, results-wise.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty bad, to be honest. And 34, it picked up quite nicely, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there is getting to a point where I know there's been some debate about whether the ultra crazy cliffhanger vertical limit combo is slowly killing Sasuke because, you know, you're just having tournament after tournament.
I don't agree with that statement at all.
Tournament,
They
but,
just need to get past the obstacle.
Tournament after tournament with people always failing these two obstacles because it's so difficult. It's just like eventually there's a risk that it'll get just so repetitive and boring that everyone will just give up on watching Sasuke.
Well, the original cliffhanger took out like everybody for a while back in like season 3 or whatever.
I think
I mean,
the main concern, I guess, is just like I guess with the old cliffhanger and the rest of the older stages was that failures were spread out, and now it's more or less you're banking on the cliffhanger doing your damage, which I guess has been a problem since the Shin cliffhanger.
Well, I mean, it's quite ironic actually in that sense because 32, and I suppose
Was the flying bar murder.
and also the Sidewinder, but then ironically 33 was even more so. It was flying bar murder, and so it was like,
Yeah.
you know, you had less cliffhanger fails than I think we've had in a long ass time.
Yeah, there's only one failure in 33.
But that was because only one person got to it, which yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I've never even answered my own question. I think I agree with Atlantic. I'm hoping for progression. I don't want to see another tournament. I don't know whether I'd be satisfied if somebody got further on the vertical limit, maybe got to like the third ledge and fell. I don't know if I'd be satisfied with that. Maybe I'd want to see a pipe slider attempt. I'd like to see some progression. Is I think how I would is what my target would be this tournament.
All right.
The more progressed, the less depressed.
What a catchphrase. So that's what you guys are hoping for. Is it maybe what you're expecting to happen, or is there the possibility, you know, that there could be some surprises in store with this upcoming tournament?
I think my prediction, I think there's going to be I think mine will be correct, but it'll be surprising on how it'll be correct, I guess.
I mean, this tournament, you know, there was a lot of issues, I think. Well, not so much issues, but just kind of worries with the fact that the Sasuke 33 to 34 course was exactly the same. Which I think that's like one of the few times in the history of Sasuke that a course has stayed completely identical to how it was in the previous tournament. Yeah. And so maybe there was a bit of worry that because of that, you know, but as I said already, like they've obviously got limits with their budget. Maybe there was a fear that they're running out of ideas or they don't have the costs or the money to change stuff. But this tournament, we've got a couple of interesting modifications in terms of obstacles that are new and also stuff that's gone, which or changed, which is making it very interesting. So we might as well jump straight into the course, starting with stage 1.
Yep.
Only the one new obstacle, but when I saw it, I was really quite surprised that they put it in, the Dragon Glider, which is basically the Double Dipper. Or was it called the Double Dipper in ANW 9?
Yeah, in ANW, it was called it.
I wasn't sure if
it
was
the third obstacle in American Ninja Warrior 9 too.
Yeah.
Or she's in Ninja Warrior.
The killer of Casey Catanzaro, because that's the only person I know off the top of my head who failed it.
Well, of course she failed early. I mean, let's face it, except for that one time, she's been doing crap. So I mean,
Oh God,
you know,
we're getting into a Casey. Let's not get into a Casey conversation. That's a whole
I'm gonna
1 hour
start triggering
podcast
some
in
people.
itself.
Let's stop.
That's a whole 1 hour
that's
podcast
cool.
in itself. But yeah, that's the one new obstacle that's been put in. And when I saw it with a trampoline as well, which is obviously a little different. When I saw it, I was quite surprised. I know in recent tournaments, there's been a kind of slight alteration in terms of we're seeing a few more American style obstacles put in. Obviously, the double pendulum, which at the time I think worked quite well. But seeing I have to call it the dragon glider. I'm probably going to end up calling it the double dipper at certain points. Having the dragon glider in this tournament, I think could be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I actually really like the idea of bringing some obstacles from other courses into Sasuke. Like just like Sasuke's influenced so much that it makes sense that, well, I guess like since every other course stole their obstacles and then made new obstacles based off of similar ideas, and then Sasuke's like, oh, that's a cool idea, and we just take it. And I like that. It's cool. It's expanding the brand. Just like important.
The only other major modification in terms of obstacles that are still there is the fact that the fishbone has been made harder.
Yep,
Ooh,
extra
really?
bones.
Before we started filming, I'd mentioned to Puma that I'd completely forgotten that the fishbone has already been in 2 tournaments. I had a mind blank and thought that the fishbone had only been in Sasuke 34, but it was also in 33, and I'd completely forgotten.
And who can forget it was in Kunoichi. We're at the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it originated from Kunoichi. But no, the reason why it confused me is because it's been in 2 tournaments, and it was like, oh, that means Shingo's cleared it 2 times in a row, which was, surprising
Will
in
it be a
itself.
third time? Dun, dun, dun.
Everything else, so to then run down the whole course, everything prior to the fishbone is exactly the same. We got quad steps into rolling hill, then TIE fighter, then fishbone, then the new dragon glider, then tackle, and then this is where the big thing comes in, tackle into warped wall, and warped wall is the last obstacle on the course.
Yep.
There is no more Tarzan rope and lumberjack climb.
Yep. I really like this if they make the warp wall not what it was last tournament. If it's the same warp wall as last tournament, I'm gonna be a little upset.
Regardless of how difficult the warped wall is, obviously I want the warped wall to be not what it was in Sasuke 34, because it was way too easy in 34. But regardless of that, I am actually a little disappointed that, because again, even though we were just touching on the fact that, we're getting American obstacles on the course, I'm not sure I like the fact that the warped wall, that's a very American thing to do, having the warped wall as the last obstacle. And it's something that I'm not sure I like that it's in Sasuke. I understand that obviously there's space issues. Like the dragon glider took up so much space that there wasn't enough space to build the Tarzan rope and lumberjack climb. But
Yeah.
I'm really not sure how I feel about having the warped wall as the last obstacle.
I think it can work.
I'll tell you one person who is happy, Kenji Darvish.
Yeah, he doesn't have to just slide off at the very end.
Yeah.
Twice.
Well, yeah, I mean, the first time he was going to run out of time, wasn't he? Second time.
Yeah. He was cheesing on it.
Second time, as we mentioned several times previously, probably the biggest choke on a last obstacle of Sasuke ever. Which is really saying something.
There's been quite a good bit, Joe.
That beat the Shingo backflip.
The Shingo backflip? Oh, yeah, Sasuke 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have a podcast on all of Shingo's stupid fails now?
Some point.
I don't know about that. Maybe a topic in a podcast.
That's a good hour in itself, just like the Casey Canzaro podcast, and
Oh God. and the men can't multitask podcast.
Yeah,
those
that
are
too.
all. Yeah.
So that's the course. We don't know what the time limit is, but some people are thinking that because of how quickly people can do the Dragon Glider, some people are thinking that this tournament could be a much more fast-paced stage 1, almost going back to some of the older tournaments.
I could see like a 70-second time limit. To be honest.
Well, I
Like a
mean,
70,
what was the time limit in
75.
the last tournament? 120
It was like
something.
123. It was like 123.
I don't think you're going to see a jump down from that. I don't think it'll be that extreme. In fact, I can guarantee you it's not going to be that extreme.
ooh,
Like,
guaranteed.
do you realize how
Sasuke-
fast you'd have to be going to do it in
Well,
70
maybe
seconds?
Like an 80 second.
I
Maybe
mean,
80
like,
seconds.
who's the fastest time? Like, what was the fast? Drew was fastest again, I assume, in stage 1 last time.
Yeah, but
and-
you are cutting. Oh wait, yeah, I think he was. It was either him or the milk dude.
And he had like around 30 seconds left or something. So if the
Yeah.
time limit was like 123 seconds, then that means he only managed to do the course in just over 90
But you are-
seconds. Like,
You
There's
are cutting
no-
out two obstacles at the end, and you're cutting out the pendulum, which is slower than the fishbone. Or not
There's-
the
there's no
Dragon
way
Glider.
it's going to be 70 seconds. Like, I could picture maybe 100 seconds,
80
but that's the
maybe.
lowest I could see it being.
All right.
I mean, we're not going to know until it gets announced. But
Well, isn't that
Yeah.
like everything else? We're not gonna know until it gets announced.
well, I mean,
Well,
we
yeah,
know
good
what
point.
stage 1. We know everything on stage 1 and stage 3. Obviously, the final stage is still the same. Nothing's been announced for stage 2, but time limit wise, I don't think we ever find out the time limits until the Navi comes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I'll say stage 2 is gonna stay the same. It knocked out a whole lot of people.
But further expanding onto the time limit thing, what do you guys think about that course? Faster paced, no
Oh,
lumberjack
I
climb.
like a faster pace stage 1.
Yeah, faster pace. It
for-
sounds like fun to watch.
For
me.
like the Shin Sasuke era, where it had like the jumping spider and the half pipe attack warp wall, and then some other long obstacle. I like a faster paced stage. Like a lot of my favorite stages ever, like 16 and 5, the 5 through 8 course. They're all very fast paced.
Well, I mean, it's also interesting because what you were just saying about Shin Sasuke is that most of those courses were 2 minutes long, and actually most of the Sasuke Rising courses, particularly from 32 to 34, like the time limits for all them have been over 2 minutes. And maybe
Yeah.
you could argue that's because there's obstacles in there where like people aren't rushing, like going down the rolling hill. Like people aren't going to rush that, so you have to make the time
Yeah.
limit a bit longer.
Yep.
But it's going to be interesting. I do think it's going to be more fast paced. I don't think it's going to be like way faster than we think it's going to be. I think you're going to still see a lot of slow people, take their time on the rolling hill,
Yeah.
the TIE fighter, the fishbone. But I do think it will be slightly quicker because of the fact that there's no lumberjack climb and there's no double pendulum. And no Tarzan rope
Yep.
for the first time in forever. We've had a
Yep,
rope swing
Tarzan rope.
forever.
Yeah, since Sasuke 3.
3.
We've-
Even though it's never
Yeah.
been classed as an obstacle, really, but it is at the same time.
Yeah.
I wasn't born in Sasuke 3.
Oh God, we're back to that again.
All right.
So
Anything else
stage
on
2,
top?
stage 2. We haven't had anything announced, but we think it's going to stay exactly the same because nothing's been. If there was going to be a new change, unless it's like the biggest bombshell in the world, we're assuming that stage 2 is the same.
Yeah.
Which, well, stage 2 has probably been one of the last 2 tournaments has been up there with one of the best stage 2s we've had since the Rising era began.
Yep. I
So
entirely agree.
It flows quite well. The backstream is still there, but we can't have everything.
I like the backstream. It's grown on me.
The backstream is an obstacle that I don't think anyone. You just can't win with it because 28, 29, 30, particularly those 3 tournaments, everyone hated it because of the controversy around it. But I mean, first of all, the fact that it was put in the first place, it's like it's a swimming obstacle, and that's not what Sasuke is about. But also, and then the whole controversy with 29, and then that obviously meant so many people hated it. But since Sasuke 31, it's not been the killer obstacle that it was. And now it's just but now it's had the opposite effect where people hate it because it doesn't take people out anymore. So why is it there? There's just, you can't win. The backstream can't win in anyone's argument.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible obstacle, and it's kind of become a part of stage 2 now. But it's almost becoming. It could take out I don't know how many people it took out in Sasuke 34. But it almost is
2 or 3.
It's almost becoming like a filler obstacle to a degree. It does have an impact.
It causes a lot of people to fail the conveyor belt now, which
that's why I think it still has an impact. But as an obstacle itself, doing the obstacle, it's slowly becoming more and more of a filler obstacle.
Yeah. I think the only major person to fail it last tournament was the Karu.
And then stage 3, which is probably where the biggest changes have taken place. With the fact that the drum hopper is gone. We have a new obstacle.
Yes, I hated that obstacle.
We got the new planet bridge.
Now
as the third obstacle.
I don't know what to make
that?
of this obstacle. You see, how you can see how much Atlantic's looked into this. He does. So the planet bridge is almost like a body prop. But instead of having a panel like how the body prop used to be, to put your hands on, you have these globe-shaped balls shaped like moons or planets, which you put them on, and there's gaps.
Isn't that the globe grasper?
No.
No. We're talking huge globes.
Huge. You can't put your hands around it.
We're talking
it's
huge
called the
globe
planet
shape.
bridge. I'm looking this thing up.
The other thing about it as well is the fact that the only picture we have of it is a sideways on picture. So say, it's you're looking at it from the finishing platform on the obstacle.
Yeah.
I can't really fully tell what the gaps are like for handholds.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to make of the obstacle personally. I think everyone has an opinion on the old body prop in that it's too difficult or it's too much of a nuisance. It gives taller people an advantage.
They always adjusted it for height, I believe. That was something they did.
But I'm not sure. I think it could be a difficult obstacle. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think it can be.
But I'm not sure whether it could be.
The first.
I'm not sure whether it could be too difficult of an obstacle. To be honest, if it's too difficult, we could be seeing another backstream controversy all over again. I don't think it'll be that level of controversy, but I'm very much on the fence with it right now.
Yeah, I'd have to see the tournament, honestly. That's the only way we'll know.
Flying bar is the first obstacle now.
Yeah, straight into Sidewinder.
What?
Which is odd, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I
that
feel bad
sounds
for
like
somebody who just gets to the third stage and just fails the first jump on the flying bar.
two people are
That'd be
failing
that's
that.
gotta be the
Okay,
worst.
moving on.
Oh,
What,
God.
the planet or the flying bar?
Both. 4 people are getting, both of them are failing that. I
Oh,
just
God.
looked up the
You can't spoil the
obstacle.
predictions.
Oh my god, that looks so difficult.
I think it would be, yeah, like you say, it'd be terrible for some poor sod that gets to stage 3 for their first time, and then just
You have
completely,
to face that.
completely just gets destroyed by the flying bar.
That'd be awful.
So yeah, I did the friggin' dragon glider. Yeah, I did the salmon ladder. Yeah, I did the backstream. Oh, flying bar.
Holy cow, what is that?
And of course, we don't know yet whether we're going to get Sasuke 33 or Sasuke 32, 33 flying bar, or the really easy Sasuke 34 flying bar. I'm imagining it will be Sasuke 34 flying bar because it's the first
Yeah,
obstacle.
it'll be the easy one. Yeah.
No, it'll actually be a new type of flying bar. It's like, you know,
It's gonna be
it's
the it's gonna be
legitimately
the
flying.
helicopter. It's gonna be the helicopter flying bar again, like we had in 33.
Oh, God.
No, there's actually legitimately going to be flying bars.
Oh God.
Yes.
And then of course going deeper into the
Sasuke,
stage
make it happen.
after the planet. What's it called? Sorry, is it called the planet glider or something?
Planet Bridge.
Planet Bridge. Sorry.
My bridge.
After that, we've got cliffhanger, ultra crazy cliffhanger, and then we have a rest point between ultra crazy cliffhanger and vertical limit try, which
Try.
could be the make or break
Ooh.
for this Sasuke tournament.
I disagree with it, but it's all cool. I think
It's
it makes
awful?
sense, though, if you want more people to go. I don't like the idea of making it easier if no one's beaten it.
So I imagine then you couldn't stand Sasuke 27 then, or the stage 3 and Sasuke
27
27.
was different because they didn't make it, for 27, they didn't make it easier, they just made it so that you did less obstacles. If they did that instead of making it actually easier, I would have been okay with it.
Well, it was still easier because you, instead of having to do friggin' roulette cylinder doorknob grasper, you just had to do the arm bike.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things, and it's like I said with how the ultra crazy cliffhanger vertical limit combo could kill Sasuke if it just keeps going on like this, where nobody can get past it. They're obviously trying to make it. Look, it is going to be easier having a resting break there, but it's still going to be so taxing having done the cliffhanger and then doing the vertical limit. It's slightly easier, but it's still going to be a challenge, a huge challenge.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when you look at the results of Sasuke 34 with the amount of cliffhanger fails we had, which further extends. Maybe it supports their argument that the rest point should be there. But is there a rest point? Is there still no rest point between the vertical limit and the pipe slider?
Yeah, there's the green bar, that's it.
Oh, okay, so there is a rest point.
Yeah.
I count that as a rest point.
Yeah, honestly, the way I would have solved it was that just stop making the last ledge of the cliffhanger move, and I think honestly that would have just made it a lot I feel like
I
that
like
would have
that.
been an easy change.
I like
without
the moving ledge.
I don't like that. It makes it feel weird.
I'm not a big fan of it either, personally.
So
I think it's a load of garbage.
wait, the moving ledge or
Yeah,
Moving ledge.
if you If you hate it
Curse.
in real life, imagine what it's going to be like on the Halo courses.
Oh no, Hunter, please don't.
Oh, don't worry, I'm miles away. I'm
ourselves a shame.
miles away from that. Coming to you soon on a Smokey or Rog course. Puma, quick question.
Yes.
All right. Best moment for you of Sasuke 34? Favorite moment?
Yusuke hanging off the crazy cliff, ultra crazy with one arm, getting chalk from his back pocket. That made my night.
Jesse Graff, personally.
Yeah, I was going to say
That's the
Jesse
only run I
Graff.
really remember.
Oh yeah, her too.
Also followed closely by Takeda once again beating stage 1, which is always great in itself.
I'm just waiting for Shingo.
Alongside, actually, his stage 2 on the salmon ladder, and then that wonderful shot where Yamada, of all people, is trying to give him advice, which was just funny.
And then poor Nagasaki using the spider walk.
That was not so much a good moment. That's just like a shock. I can remember watching the broadcast. Watching the broadcast with obviously Yumi and Smokey, and then just out of nowhere, Smokey just goes, "What?" as he falls off the spider walk. I think Universal Tuber, he put up his reaction videos, and whoever was the last person to get shown before the fast forwards, which included like Reefman clearing, Drew clearing, Junsado clearing, and also Nagasaki's fail. Like they showed whichever clear was before that, then they started the fast forward, and he's just talking about just whatever random stuff, and then suddenly it comes and then he just completely stops. He's just like, so I think then this, and this, and then also I'd like to point out, whoa, what? Nagasaki just failed the spider walk. Interesting. It only took us 17 tournaments for it to happen again. Albeit, there was like 11, albeit there was like 11 tournaments with no spider walk in stage 2, of course.
Yeah.
But what else happened in Sasuke 34 that was really UG? That was an emotional moment. UG beating stage 1.
Yeah, and UG, dude. I totally know what he's talking about.
Threatening retirement if he fails stage 1, which of course we've seen plenty of people do that in the past. But this time it wasn't a sad end. We had a happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah. And
right up until he timed out on the conveyor belts.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of retirement, we got to see a black tiger finally make stage 3.
We should have probably had 2. It wasn't the person we were expecting it to be. No, we thought it was going to be Sega, and instead it was this rando
Satoshi
black tiger who's done nothing up prior to that tournament.
Yeah. Although Sega, he timed out on the wall lift. He
timed out on the last wall, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Apart from that, I'm trying to think of other people. Most of the people that beat stage 1 in 33 did it again in 34. Kenji Darvish got his revenge. Hioki, Reefman, the teacher.
Yeah. Suzuki came back.
That I don't really care. I don't really have much of a care for, but
CZ and Takeru have 2 straight clears.
Yeah.
Mori just cheesed the quad steps.
Oh my god, Mori! How can you go from? Well, no, that's 2 horrific failures in a row, because he had the absolute derp that was the conveyor belt fail in 33, and then he goes and fails the first obstacle on stage 1 in 34.
Yeah.
Kawaguchi, I just realized I never even said Kawaguchi.
He got the first ledge of the ultra crazy.
I was impressed. So it's been said plenty of times in the past that I'm not really a fan of Kawaguchi. And also, one of the reasons for that is his whole... when he made it to the final stage in 30, and then he failed the cliffhanger in 31, that made me think, oh, well, he probably fluked the cliffhanger then in 30. But, he impressed me in 34 by getting to the second jump. Even though he failed it, the fact he did the first jump, kind of proved that he can do it.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else? I feel like we've covered most of the other people.
Yeah, I think we got everybody. Yep.
I said that I agree with Atlantic. Jesse Graff was the big one for me. I can't remember what our predictions were. We're not going to go through the 34 predictions.
Jesse Graff clearing, I believe.
But I don't think any of us predicted a stage 2, getting all the way to the cliffhanger.
None of us thought she'd beat stage 2. Yeah, no one thought she'd beat stage 2, but we all had her going to stage 2.
It should also be said at this point that regretfully Jessie will not be back for Sasuke 35. She was invited, but she has I believe an ACL injury.
Yeah.
Likewise,
also,
we'll also be seeing
Asa not competing.
Asa is once again he's still injured. Reefman is not there, and I'm pretty certain there was some kind of controversy with Reefman. I can't remember what it was, but I feel like I've read somewhere or heard somewhere on the Sasuke Maniac pages about something that he did at 34. Or maybe it was after 34, but yeah, no more Reefman, which was disappointing. But we still have a good lineup.
Yeah, he can't
and I
dab
suppose...
on that buzzer anymore.
Oh my god, that was also a great moment because Smokey just started howling. I didn't even notice it until Smokey pointed it out.
It was hilarious.
But I suppose that leads us into predictions. Yeah. So we might as well jump into it. Puma has the list, and we've picked out the people that we think have the biggest, the ones that stand out to us. Yeah. We're not obviously going to go through all 100 people. We're just picking out the important ones.
That's for another podcast.
Yeah.
The influence of randos.
Yeah, before we start, how many randoms do you think clear stage 1?
Well, we had a lot in the last tournament.
5.
That's a bit extreme.
Atlantic with a bold 5.
I'm going to say 3.
Ooh, a star.
Hunter says 3. I am going to pick the middle with 4. I have 4 randos clearing.
Okay, so I'm the boldest person here, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, so we kind of half jumped into it because we've gone through all the stage 1 course, but I actually personally think this Dragon Glider is going to be an absolute bitch. Excuse the language. I've already said bitch a few times, but I think because Japanese competitors have not seen an obstacle like this before, I think there's going to be a lot of trouble with that obstacle. We also, like I say, don't know how difficult the fishbone is now. Like, there's more sticks been added to it. But, and also we don't know how high the warped wall is going to be. I'm probably leaning towards a more negative. I'm probably going to be leaning more negative in some of my results, some of my predictions. But, right.
Negative Nancy.
Without further ado, let's begin with number 2, the second runner, which is Akira Omori.
We think it's Akira Omori. We're still not 100% certain, but everyone seems to think it's Omori.
We're gonna assume he's gonna compete. So Hunter, what do you think, Akira?
Right. Well, get to the final stage? A dude who he's not getting to the final stage. As a dude, as one of only 2 people who's got to the final stage 3 times in a row. And then what is it after that? Rolling log, jump hang, rolling log, jump hang. And then a 16 tournament gap before he came back for 23. Jumping spider. Then a first obstacle fail in 24. And now after an 11 tournament gap, he's back again. He's like 50 now, the dude is. Near enough 50. I'm going to say he's failing. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, And I'm going to say he fails the TIE Fighter. I was tempted to say Rolling Hill, but I'm going to go TIE Fighter.
All right. I also agree with that assessment. I'm gonna say TIE Fighter.
Atlantic?
Yeah, I'm going TIE Fighter. Because I go with... TIE Fighter's too tough for him. He's old.
Okay, so I believe we don't have anyone interesting up until...
Not
I believe...
until
Well, okay.
Daisuke Matsuda.
Apart from the fact that I was very pissed off that Torisawa was cut in Sasuke 34, despite the fact he put on his best ever run by getting to the friggin' fishbone. I would have loved to have seen him flop the fishbone. So, yeah. I'm not happy with that.
That'd be...
32 is the plumber.
Yep, Daisuke Matsuda, who built his own fishbone yet failed it. Personally, I think with more practice, he will beat it, but then meet his demise on the Dragon Glider. Atlanta, what do you think?
I'm gonna go bold and save the fishbone.
That's not bold, because I'm also saying fishbone.
Wow, you guys have no faith.
I reckon he's going to choke so hard again, and it's also harder.
That's my
All right,
teammate.
Hunter, you're really hype about this next competitor. I'll let you introduce him.
So, number 39 is Katsumi Yoshinaga, is it?
That's enough.
Close enough. I haven't got the page in front of me, so I can't remember exactly what his name is.
Yeah,
but this guy is the dude that was trying to have the fight with Asaoka to be the ninja professor from the original Sasuke's. This guy, he got to the last obstacle in like 5 or 6, I believe. He might have got there in 2 tournaments, I can't remember. And then cleared stage 1 in Sasuke 7. Failed the chain reaction. Then competed a couple more times. Last competed in tournament 9. So this is his first appearance in 26 tournaments. The dude's like... the dude was like 24 or something when he cleared stage 1. So I believe he's in like his early 40s now.
Yeah.
So around about a similar age, maybe a little bit younger than Takeda and Yamamoto.
Yeah.
I really hope he makes it into just because he hasn't competed. It's a guy that hasn't competed in so long, and he's a former stage 2 competitor. I'm really hoping he does well. I'm gonna say he gets to the Dragon Glider.
I think he fails the fish. I think it's just gonna confuse him.
The fishbone.
What do you think, Atlantic? Yeah, the fishbone.
Yeah, fishbone.
All right. Now we're getting into the big time competitors.
So 60 onwards is where it gets more interesting. So 60 is Hiyaki.
Yeah. And I think he's going to clear.
Okay, so you have him down as a clear.
Yeah.
He'll fail the
Atlantic?
Dragon Glider.
Wow.
Me and Atlantic are just on the same wavelength because I also think he's going to fail the Dragon Glider.
Wow. Wow.
I think this is where we're going to see, because that's another thing. Again, coming back to this, I'm going to keep coming back to Sasuke 34 quite a lot here for each individual prediction. Something that you wouldn't have seen in Sasuke 34, but it's all over the results doc, is just the number of people that got to like the warped wall or the lumberjack climb that got cut, but got that far. Like the course that showed that the course was reasonably easy for a lot of these. So many randos. Like we had like so many randos beat stage 1, but then we had a ton more getting quite far into the course. I don't think you're going to see that in this tournament because of the Dragon Glider. I think the Twitter video that Inoue put up, the gap from the first bar to the second bar looked pretty big. And because of that, I think that's gonna fox so many people. I don't think the trampoline jump's difficult, but I think controlling the bar, keeping it straight, and then also making the jump, I think that's going to get so many people. And I'm sure there's going to be people that get the jump, but it's not going to be enough for them to hang on to the second bar, and they'll fall off it as the second bar goes down the track.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very difficult obstacle. I have a lot of people failing it.
I think specifically for Hioki, he's going to fail the jump from first to second bar on the Dragon Glider.
Huh. I think he clears with ample time left.
Well, we don't know because of the time limit. We're not going to get anywhere. We're not even going to think about predictions on time limits because obviously we don't know any of the time limits.
All right.
61.
So now, Sega Man, Hiroshige Yamamoto.
Beaten stage 1 3 times, including in the last tournament when he got to the wall lift, which was his best ever performance. I think Atlantic should go first because I can't decide what my prediction is yet.
Atlantic, what do you think?
Wait, is it 3 times? Because I don't know this very well. 3 times in the last 3 tournaments? Or...
No, he's... Is it, 3 of the last 4, I believe, he's beat stage 1. Oh, no. Is it 3 of the last 4 or 3 of the last 5? It's 3 of the last 5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Dragon Glider.
Another Dragon Glider fail.
Jeez. Well,
Puma?
I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to say he clears. He clears as well.
Oh my god, I can already see... this early into predictions, I can already see that Puma's feeling very positive about this tournament. There's 24 clears in the last tournament.
Yep.
I think... I still can't decide. I am going to say... I'm going to be a bit out there. I'm going to go a bit out there. I'm going to say he fails the warped wall.
Oh. All right.
So 62. 62 is the other Black Tiger who got to stage 3 in the last tournament.
Satoshi Obata.
Failing the Sidewinder. Came out of nowhere. Hadn't had any kind of real success on Sasuke prior to 34, and then he puts in the best ever performance by a Black Tiger. I think his dreams are going to get shattered, and he's going to come down to earth on the fishbone this time round.
Well, I happen to agree he won't clear stage 1, but I think it's the Dragon Glider.
You know what? I think he's going to time out.
On
the Dragon Glider.
What? You sure
I don't
about
know. No, never mind.
How slow is he going?
Last obstacle this tournament?
Warped wall. Warped wall.
Warped wall. He's timed out on the wall. He ain't gonna get up.
We also don't know how difficult the tackle machine is going to be this tournament.
He's gonna struggle with the tackle machine and then time out.
All right, so you're thinking warp wall. All right.
63.
Yeah. Warped wall, but he pretty much in a nutshell failed the tackle machine, but it wasn't an actual fail because he took so flipping long on it.
63. We got Siki Takasu, which is Nagano's
apprentice. Yes.
Yeah.
I like this guy. I really like this guy. And a lot of it is because he is basically the next version of Nagano, or he's trying to be the next version of Nagano. Because of that, I'm going to show a little bit of bias and say that he's going to clear.
I think he clears.
Clear.
Ooh, all of us.
Also, so we said our randos, like how many randos we think we're going to clear. We have no clue at this point, like where they're going to clear. So, like what numbers are we? I don't think Nagano's protege is going to be the first clear of the tournament. I reckon there'll be at least one, maybe two of my 3 randos will be before him. At least one. But
I'd say about 5 of my 5 randos will be before him.
No, well, so all 5 of the randos are going to be...
There'll be 6 clears before Siki clears.
Yeah, why not? How many clears was there at the last tournament?
24.
24?
The joint fifth most.
There's a chance, okay?
Yeah.
All right, so now I got a little story for our next guy, because some people might not know him. We got Tatsuya Tada, number 68. When he was 14 years old, he got to the rope climb in Sasuke 17. Didn't compete until last tournament where he failed the fishbone, and now he is back. So Atlantic, where do you think he goes?
And the fishbone's harder now, so I'm gonna say the fishbone again.
Hunter?
I am going to say Dragon Glider.
I'm going to agree with Atlantic and say fishbone.
Okay.
Is that the first negative opinion out of...
I think it might be.
Apart from Amori, yeah. That's Puma's most negative prediction so far.
Yeah.
So we had, like I say, there's almost no one important before 60, and then we get a block of 4 important people in a row from 60 to 63. We then get a huge 4 important people from 71 to 74, who have all massively dropped down in terms of the numbers they have because of their recent performances. Starting with 71, which is Mori, and his squeaky wife. So, just to recap, Sasuke 33, he was one of 13 people to beat stage 1, and I believe he was one of only 7 people to get to the conveyor belt. But then in the last tournament, he failed the first obstacle.
Yep.
How is he going to do this time round, Puma?
I think he'll fail the warp wall. He'll run out of time.
Oh. Okay.
He's gonna fail the dragon glider.
Oh my god, me and Atlantic are just on point, because I also think he's going to fail the dragon glider.
Oh. Now, though, we got Smokey's man. We got Kano.
Oh,
at 72.
be careful what you pick here. Smokey might dislike the video based on what we say in the next minute or so.
Well, Smokey will not have to dislike the video because of me, because I think he'll clear.
So Kano has failed stage 1 in his last 2 appearances. First breaking his shoulder on the warped wall, and then breaking pretty much his whole leg when he jumped off the top of the rolling hill in 33. Because of that breaking his leg, he didn't compete in 34, so this is his first appearance back from injury. I think, with regret, Smokey,
he's gonna break his ankle on the fishbone.
Oh, jeez. Jesus.
I'm not going to be that negative. I'm not going to say he fails the fishbone. I'm going to say he fails the... Oh, actually... I'm going to say he fails the warped wall. I was going to say dragon glider, but I feel like changing my mind.
A robot.
I'm going to say warped wall.
Okay, warp wall. Now, though, we got another
Rio.
name. Rio Matachi. Now,
made it to the final stage in Sasuke 30. Is now, since then, has gone on a 4-tournament losing streak. In the last tournament, he failed the double pendulum.
Yes. I think he will clear.
Oh my god, you're so optimistic for this tournament, Puma. I think he's going to fail the dragon glider. He's a short guy. He'll get the trampoline jump. I don't think he's going to flop that. But his short arms, I think, is going to let him down on the jump. Dragon glider.
All right, Atlantic.
I'm sorry, what? Again, I unplugged my mic on accident. I'm sorry.
Oh, how do you
think Matachi Rio is going to do?
Ooh. Matachi Rio is gonna go to stage 2.
Oh!
yeah.
That's the most positive
Now-
I've seen Atlantic so far with a prediction. Apart from his 5 randos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now this is the one I'm
Now,
looking forward to.
We got my man Shingo Yamamoto.
35th,
Shingo does.
35th appearance on the course. He has failed the double pendulum for the
Unbelievable.
last 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
Every bone in my body wants to say this will be the tournament when he cheeses the fishbone, but he's got past it in the last 2 tournaments, so I'm going to say he's going to do it again.
Yeah.
Then every other bone in my body says he's going to cheese the dragon glider. But for once, I'm going to go with my heart instead of my brain, and I'm going to say this is the tournament he clears.
Let's go, Atlantic. What do you think?
It could very much not happen, but I'm going to go for it this tournament.
Atlantic,
So
what do you think?
we need a counter on the amount of stupid fails Shingo has had in the past, okay?
Oh, too many.
Well,
35, 34.
This is gonna be another one of those tournaments. He's gonna be
God.
doing the what's
splits
that
on the
obstacle
fishbone.
called? The one where you push the thing.
Oh, the
You're
tackle.
saying
Oh,
you feel
no.
attacked.
The tackle machine. And he's gonna fall off the side
Oh god.
somehow.
Okay.
some way.
Okay, so
gonna
just to
fall off the
confirm,
side of the
your
tackle
final
machine.
answer is tackle machine.
Yes. I'm saying
Tackle.
the tackle machine.
Okay, tackle.
All
Okay,
right,
Puma?
well, I have Shingo clearing. With him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's my guy.
He's
he's my guy.
44, I believe, this tournament. I
I
want
don't
to say
care.
he's...
He's gonna clear. He's gonna clear.
Another thing as well is because this tournament's taking place in the winter. I'm pretty sure they filmed it in February, but the chances are by the time they get to the 70s, it could already be dark. So it's not going to feel
Yeah.
much different for these guys. Like they're
Yeah.
running earlier, but it's still going to be nighttime.
Yeah.
Now,
All right. And-
I had a lot of hype in the last tournament because my man Dion Trigg, the first ever English competitor competing in Sasuke, or UK competitor, I was utterly heartbroken when he failed the fishbone. This tournament, we have a new foreign competitor, foreign rando competitor. I mean, Dion's not a
Pete
rando,
Morse or whatever.
but this guy definitely is a rando. Pete Forbes,
yeah. Yep.
Oh,
or Forbes.
Forbes.
I've seen a picture of him
Ew.
that somewhere on Sasuke Maniac. He looks like a decent guy, reasonably fit. Isn't his job is he like a
Yeah, he's in the
Navy
Navy.
or Air Force?
Yeah.
Yeah, Navy.
So that gives hope for Smokey if they're getting service academy people or service people.
Oh, where's he gonna go?
This is a tough one. Because again,
I
there's
have
no
my pick.
chance
Yeah.
chance this guy's even going to make the broadcast. But
Yeah, we don't know if he'll make the broadcast, but I think he will fail the fishbone.
oh,
Wait, what? I think
Where do you
he's
guys-
going to fail
Because I
at
went so
the
positive with
dragon glider.
because
Ooh, the
yeah,
dragon glider.
because he
I
went.
guess
I don't
I
know
was so
anything
positive
about this
with.
dude, so I'm just gonna
There's
say
nothing
he
about this
does
dude. He's total
semi-decent.
rando. He's a total rando.
Considering
We're only
I know
hyping
nothing
him-
about this dude, I'll give him a semi-good run. I'll give him yeah.
The only reason we're hyping him up is because he's American, and he's
Yeah.
just a rando American that's competing. Because I went so positive with Shingo, I'm regretfully going to go negative here, and I'm going to say he fails the fishbone.
That's not even that negative, honestly. But anyway.
Well, I was tempted by TIE Fighter, but I wasn't going to go that negative.
Next.
Next
Now.
is our favorite performer, ABCZ.
So, just to recap, he's beat stage 1 in the last 2 tournaments,
Yep.
failed the salmon ladder and the backstream in the last tournament, was it?
No, I think he failed the salmon ladder again.
Oh, okay, fine.
He's failed the salmon ladder 2 times
He's
now.
failing the dragon glider. If he can't do the dragon glider, he can't do the dragon glider.
You know, I actually
Whoa.
agree with Atlantic that he's gonna fail the dragon glider.
Isn't he the he's the really stretchy one. Like he's the one at the start line who does who puts his leg up above his head.
Yep.
I'm thinking because of that, that's going to be an advantage to him on the Dragon Glider. So I'm going to throw caution to the wind and say he clears. I'm going to go for it and say he clears.
He has ABCs in clearing. All right. Anyway, now we got our favorite deep sea diver, Ono Miyami.
This is one of the randos that is back for this tournament, who came out of nowhere in the last tournament by beating stage 1.
Yep.
I regretfully think it's going to be a come down to earth for him, and it's going to be on the Dragon Glider.
Connor, that course was easy, and it's because they didn't have a Dragon Glider. It is the Dragon Glider. It is the way. I don't care what you say.
All right. Well, I think Ono will clear. I
what?
In this yeah.
What?
You heard it.
Okay, well, what about
folks.
the next rando, the friggin' Carpenter? Rando number 2.
That guy's spelling fishbone.
What? Why? What's the difference between this guy and the diver?
I think that guy is more speed focused, and I think he's gonna rush and fail the fishbone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Dragon Glider again.
That's fair. He doesn't have the patience. Fishbone.
I said I go. You're
Puma.
going. Yeah. You go fishbone. Okay.
All right. So now we got our last one, Taro Yamamoto. He competed in Sasuke 20, and in 29 he cleared as well. So he's cleared stage 1 twice, in 29 and 34.
Yes, beat stage 1 in the last tournament.
Yeah, I believe he will go 2 in a row and 3 for 4. I believe he will clear.
Then he's failing to work law, okay?
Oh.
There seems to be something about this dude.
No, timeout on the work law. Timeout on the work law.
Well, yeah,
there's something about this guy that I'm getting a good feeling about him. And I'm also going to say he clears, which means we could potentially have 2 Yamamotos on stage 2. I looked at the list.
If Sega clicks. If Sega.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I looked at the list, and I think there's like 5 different Yamamotos competing in this tournament, which is interesting.
Jeez.
Okay, number 90.
Number 90 is Takeru.
Takeru?
Now is he the double salmon? Is he the salmon ladder fail and then the backstream fail guy?
Yeah, salmon ladder backstream. Those are his 2 results.
Why
this
is
guy's
he 90
physically
then?
Because he's a boxer.
Oh, that's right. I was trying to think which one he was. He was the. I don't know. I'm stuck on this one.
He's failing the Dragon Glider.
I think he will clear.
You see, at the time of the of the course, it'll be nighttime, and the guy doesn't see the bar. Okay, so whenever he jumps to the next bar, he's gonna smack his wrist on the bar and not get it. And he's gonna fall into the water, and everybody will be shocked.
I really am stuck. I'm gonna go for completely out there, and I'm gonna say he fails the fishbone simply because I can't decide with what this guy's gonna do.
Wow.
You see here's the thing.
You guys are crazy.
I'm going straight off of facts. I don't know who these people are. You gotta feel me, okay? You gotta
watch Sasuke 35 Atlantic, so you'll know better for next time.
It's not on American television. How am I supposed to watch it?
Yeah, get a stream. What are you doing on Monday the 26th? Yeah. If it's school, just skip it.
Yeah, skip school.
Monday to 26.
You heard it here first, folks.
School, yes.
Skip it for Sasuke.
At baseball practice.
Keep calm and skip school for Sasuke.
Yeah.
Okay, 91.
Practice, that's a thing.
91 is Takeda.
Right. Am I going to lay my heart on the line? He's beat stage 1 the last 2 tournaments.
Yep.
Well, stage 1's been easy the past 2 tournaments.
Not
I
in
feel like
not
this
in
course is
33.
easy.
33 it was only
33
33
was
only
hard,
13 33 only 13 people beat stage 1. So the fact he was one of
Okay,
them
the
was
last
impressive.
tournament was easy.
Last tournament was
okay?
easy.
Yeah.
The Dragon Glider,
I
he's not gonna fail the Dragon Glider. But it's gonna
He's
be
had
a
trouble in the
close-
past with the warped wall. I'd love to say he clears, but I'm regretfully going to say he fails the warped wall.
What? Atlantic, what do you think?
Ooh.
He could clear. He could
For
clear.
once. For once, I
What'd you
actually
say?
know who this guy is, so I'm gonna say he clears.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say he clears as well.
This is way too positive.
Hunter.
You've already got like 14 clears, Puma.
All right. So now we
How
got
many do I
Shinsuke.
have?
I don't know, like
Atlantic, you have
8, I
one
think.
track.
We'll go through it all at the end of stage 1. So 92 that's Shunsuke,
Nagasaki.
isn't it?
Yep, Shinsuke Nagasaki.
Last tournament.
I think.
Oh yeah, then
Yeah,
isn't
sorry,
he
go
the
on.
guy who failed the
You've-
spider walk in the last tournament?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's
the walk.
been one of the most consistent competitors since he came back in 29.
I will still say he's one of the top 5 competitors right now in Sasuke, so he's gonna clear.
Yeah, he'll clear.
Despite his flop in the last tournament on stage 2, he's had no trouble with stage 1s apart from 31, and I also say he clears. So that's a full house. I believe that's. Oh no, we had Nagano's protege. We all agreed he'd clear.
All right.
Wait, did I say he
now
cleared? Yeah,
we
I
got the Kong Express.
Kenji Takahashi, 2 TIE Fighter fails in a row. But in the last tournament, he turned it round by beating stage 1.
Yep.
Kong,
And-
he's a big guy, okay?
How
He's
old
a
is
big
he now?
dude.
Is he like 42 now or something?
He's like 41.
He's big and
I
he's
think-
old. Right?
I think
would
his
love if
reach.
he did the Dragon Glider with a reach instead
It's
of
really
jumping.
difficult to get that mass that he has flying through an obstacle like the Dragon Glider.
I think his reach will be an advantage for
He's
him.
gonna
on
fail the
the,
Dragon Glider.
Oh, what?
Wow. What? Dude, he's clearing. I got him as a clear.
I'm bold, dude. I'm bold. I have a feeling.
I think his reach will be an advantage to him on the Dragon Glider. But the
he's
problem
the
problem I'm
gravity,
thinking
bro,
is-
gravity.
the problem I'm thinking is he's not going to get there because I think he's going to fail the fishbone.
Oh, wow.
Wow, dude, that was bold.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I
So-
can't believe you said that, Hunter. I totally
Yes.
didn't have him failing stage 1 also, dude.
Okay, 94. The professor that I don't give a fuck about, but seems to be doing quite well. I thought his 32 clear when he got to stage 3 was just lucky. Like his stage 1 was
Yeah.
good, but that stage 2 was so easy. I thought, he's never getting to stage 3 again. But then he
Stage
did.
3 again.
He got to stage 3 in the last tournament, and he beat the flying bar, which is where he failed in 32.
Yeah.
He's clearing.
But he's been having a trend of going to stage 3, failing stage 1, then going to stage 3. I think he fails stage 1 this time on the Dragon Glider.
Actually, now that I think about that, somebody should have told me that. He's inconsistent. All right.
Well, you say he's inconsistent. He's only really he's
only
competed
like
5
times.
He's competed a number of times, yeah. His first stage 1 clear was 32. So since 32, it's been clear, fail, clear. I also think he's going to fail the Dragon Glider.
Yeah, I'll have him clear, I guess. He's gonna
Alright.
be consistent for once.
That's
Now
the
we
most
got-
positive Atlantic's been so far, compared to like me and Puma's results.
Dude, I've been optimistic. Ollie.
Okay, 95 is 2-time grand champion Yuji Urushihawa. Failed stage 1 3 times in a row, but then in the last tournament was finally able to get back to stage 2.
What do you
That
guys
course was
think?
easy though. He's failing the Dragon Glider.
That's Atlantic's go-to. He's gonna have like 70 people fill the Dragon Glider. I think Yuji.
Watch us all be completely wrong, and like
in
in Inui's video that he put up on Twitter of the Dragon Glider, watch everyone just shit on the jump. Like the jump isn't as difficult as it looked in the video. Like we're just all gonna get dumped on.
I think Yuji.
That's what I'm hoping, because I want my predictions to be right, pretty much.
Do you think Yuji will clear, Puma?
Yeah, I think Yuji will clear.
It was
I'm also. I'm gonna say. I'm actually gonna.
That.
I'm not gonna go for Dragon Glider
Logically,
again.
He'd fail the first obstacle. I mean, the first stage. Sorry. I mean.
I'm not gonna say he fails the Dragon Glider. I'm gonna say he fails the warped wall.
Time now,
Alright.
like before
yes,
he
of
gets
course,
to
of
it,
course.
or, like. Well, I mean,
We got-
no. Does he get a couple attempts, or does he not?
Yeah,
really
no.
get
Just
much
any
attempts?
warped wall fail is gonna count as a time. Is gonna be classed as a timeout.
Okay. Well, what if he falls off the side? Wouldn't that be a timeout?
There's
You don't
he's
get
not Shingo.
You can't.
Shingo.
Because Takeda fell off. the
Shingo's
warp
done
wall
that also?
once,
Oh
and
my
he was allowed
lord.
to continue.
Um.
You're allowed to fall off. The side.
Now, here's the person who should not be 96, but he is. Kenji fucking Darvish.
I just
Clown
want to say
man.
mine and no other comments. I want him to flounder on the fishbone. Thank you, Will.
He flopped like a fish.
Yeah, he's gonna be a flopping fish on the fishbone.
He impressed me. So even though his lumberjack climb is one of the worst chokes I've ever seen, he absolutely destroyed stage 1 in that tournament. And then in 34, he likewise destroyed stage 1, and then took his time on the lumberjack climb, and then impressed me by getting to the conveyor belt on stage 2. Despite that, though, I'm gonna say he fails. He's on a run. He has a streak where he fails early, gets to the last obstacle, clears stage 1, and he's done that twice. So his overall record is early fail, last obstacle, stage 1 clear. Early fail, last obstacle, stage 1 clear. So I'm going to say he fails early again on the TIE Fighter.
Oh wow.
He'll
Wow.
clear. I believe in him.
Wow. Atlantic turning into me with all this optimism.
That's too much optimism for a dude that should not be
Listen.
96.
Let's face it, dude. He's probably 96 for a reason. And it's
Yeah.
because
I mean,
the
yeah.
people
I think it's
believe
a
in
celebrity thing, personally. I think Yuji should be 90. There's no way Darvish should be above Yuji, to be honest.
At least they didn't make Darvish like 99 or 98 or
him. Well, no,
Yeah,
Darvish
fucking
is
Jesus.
gonna do better than Yuji because
Like
I
when they
have
did
him
with
failing
Sato.
the Dragon Glider.
Hiromichi Sato. Not Jun
Okay.
Sato,
Wait,
who's
is it-
97.
right now?
So now we're getting into the big 4, and I don't think there's going to be too many shocks here. 97,
Yeah.
Jun Sato has beat stage 1 in all 3 of his appearances since he made his comeback, and made it to stage 3 on all of those 3 appearances. And
He's
I think he's
clearing.
going to keep that up. He's going to clear.
He's gonna clear, but what I'm more interested in is if they actually gonna show his runs, because they've only showed one of his runs since he's come back.
And that was his
Okay,
Sasuke
full
30.
prediction.
That was his.
He's
times.
not showing. They're not showing his run. Even though he's 97 or whatever the heck.
Is the only run
Is he
that's
clear
made the
already?
broadcast?
Yeah.
Isn't the only run that's made the broadcast his Sasuke 33 stage 3 fail?
Yep.
Okay, 98. In some people's eyes, still the favorite, Drew Dreshel. If he beats
He's
stage
clearing.
1 in this tournament, that'll be 6 stage 1 clears in a row.
Yeah, he's clearing.
Drew's
And if
clear.
anyone is more prepared, there is no competitor out of the 100 that is more prepared for the Dragon Glider than Drew, and he's going to clear.
Yeah.
Exactly, because he got the Duvat and flipping ANW9.
Yep. Drew's clearing. No question.
He's probably not the favorite amongst everybody compared to how he was in the last couple of tournaments, but he's still one of the favorites. He's maybe not the number 1 favorite amongst some people. 99, Kawaguchi.
Kawaguchi.
I don't know
Puma, you can go first.
what to
Oh,
say.
he is clearing. No question.
I don't know if look. I usually have a negative opinion of him, and a little bit of me wants to say there's going to be a shock fail in him, but I am going to say he clears.
What do you think, Champ?
Wait, how's he done in the previous tournaments?
So last tournament he got to
five?
the second. He got to the second jump of the cliffhanger. I believe he finished joint second.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Failed
James, like, he's
stage.
been to the final
Failed stage.
before.
He's made it to the final stage in 30, but failed stage 1 in 33. That was more of a
In
shock
31.
fail.
Wait,
though,
Wait,
to be
what did
honest.
he fail
He
in
got to the
33? What
Double
obstacles
pendulum.
specifically?
Double pendulum.
Double
He just
pendulum.
he took it way too fast.
Yeah.
I'm as bold as they get, okay? Before I
So?
use this opinion, I'm a bold person.
When did you lose your hair?
He's failing the TIE fighter.
TIE
What?
fighter. What? Why do we have
I'm
this?
I'm writing it down. It's official. You can't change it now.
Yep.
Dude, if that happens, I will eat my shoe. What else?
Oh, okay. That's also on camera. There we go. Okay, and number 100, the reigning champion Yusuke Muramoto beat stage 1. When's the last time he
Clear.
failed a stage 1? 20 forever ago.
20. Sasuke 20.
Yeah, but he hasn't competed in
Yes,
every tournament, it should be said.
Yeah, yeah.
The kids.
Yeah, I'm going to say no shockers. He's going to clear.
Clear.
His
Yep, clear.
his short arms might be a disadvantage to him on the Dragon Glider, but I think his technique will get him through.
Yeah, he'll clear.
He's got
All
the
right.
grip
So,
strength.
what
and
are the
grip
final
strength.
numbers for us? Who has how many?
Okay, let me just tot them all up. The number of clears, including the number of randos we think are going to clear. I have got 12 stage 1 clears, so half the number of clears that they were in the last tournament.
Oh wow.
Puma has got 6, 7, 21
A lot.
clears.
Yep. Let's go.
Atlantic has got 14 clears, most of
Wow,
that down to the
Hunter's
5 randos that he's got.
All right. So
So
I guess
I'm
we should
easily
start with
the negative one, and Puma is the far too optimistic one here.
most. Oh god.
And I'm the bold one.
So, stage 2. We don't know what stage 2 is, but we're going to assume that it's the same,
It's the
which
exact
means
yeah.
obstacles are the. Well, what's the first obstacle called? The ring slider.
Ring slider, yeah.
Ring slider, Kudari salmon ladder. So go up salmon ladder and then transfer to a different
Up,
bar and go
down,
down. Spider walk, backstream, conveyor belt, wall lift. So
Yep.
let's go through the
Interesting.
randos. Let's go through the randos first. So
Yeah.
Atlantic,
Can I just
you've
go
got
through-
5 randos on stage 2. How do you think they're going to do?
Three of them are gonna fail the salmon ladder.
Which one,
Okay.
going up or going down?
Yeah, up or down. That's important.
All of them are gonna fail going down because they're gonna be on the top rung and try and have a really epic flop fail.
All right. So all
Interesting. And what about the other 2?
The other two,
where are the other two?
one of them is gonna fail the spider walk.
What?
Yeah, think about this.
Well, the spider walk did look quite slippy in the last tournament, which was probably the reason why Nagasaki failed. Because I saw,
Yeah.
I remember a few other competitors, their feet kind of slipped a little bit when they got on it.
I'm not finished yet. All right.
So,
and the other
one
person
spider
is
walk
gonna
failed.
time out on the conveyor belt.
That's a good prediction. Okay, Puma, you're 4 randos.
All right. I have 2 of them failing going up the salmon ladder. I have 1 failing the backstream, and I have 1 timing out on the conveyor belt.
Okay, I'm just gonna go full negative. 2 of the newcomers, or 2 of the randos fail going up the salmon ladder. The other one fails going down it.
No faith.
Man,
Right.
that went downhill, dude.
Literally. Okay. Hioki, Puma, he's on stage 2. How do you think he's going to do? He cleared stage 2 in the last tournament.
Oh, I got Hioki clearing.
Another clear, okay.
Yeah, Hioki will clear.
And then 61, which is Sega Man.
Sega
never
will
beat stage
fail the
2.
Backstream.
Backstream, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's 63, which is Nagano's protege, and we all have him on stage 2. Still yet to get past the salmon ladder, but he failed going up it on his debut, and then he failed going down it in the last tournament. So he's made progression. I think he's going to keep that going, and I'm going to say he's going to get to the conveyor belt.
I think he also gets to the conveyor belt.
I'm gonna say he clears. Actually, that's
Oh!
a prediction.
Wow.
Is it bold enough to say that?
It's possible. I mean, it would be hugely ironic if he timed out on the backstream as a fisherman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we jump all the way to Kano, which is 72. Puma, you have him on stage 2. On his comeback,
Kano
how's he going to do?
will clear.
Okay. Rio. Atlantic, you have him on stage 2. Rio, on his comeback, how's he going to do? Matachi Rio.
Let's see. Yes, Matachi Rio. Okay. He is going to fail the wall lift. Timeout.
Ooh. That's a reasonable prediction, to be honest.
Yeah, that's an actual.
He's gonna struggle pulling the wall up because he is a small person.
Puma, what about you? You also have Rio on stage 2.
I think Rio will clear.
Oh my god, you're continuing this major optimism. Okay, 74. If we're holding our hearts in our hands, Shingo on stage 2.
My buddy Shingo will drown in the backstream.
I'm sorry, I need a minute. Oh, I can't write because I'm too busy laughing. Oh my god. I can't write. I'm ruining my writing because I'm too busy laughing. I'm going to say he pulls the whole salmon ladder bar off the structure when he tries going down it.
Wait,
Oh
what did
my
I say?
god!
I'd
You said he failed.
was
You
on
said he
the-
fell off the tackle machine on stage 1. Okay. 86 is ABCZ, and I'm the only one who reckons he'll make stage 2. Yet to get past the salmon ladder, and I'm gonna say it's gonna stay that way.
All right.
He's gonna fail going down.
Going down. At least he gets up.
Yelling timber. What?
87, which is you, Puma. The
Okay,
fucking
so this
rando
guy-
diver.
Honestly, let's be real. He beats that salmon ladder. He's not gonna suck at the backstream because he's a swimmer. So I think he'll clear. He'll beat the salmon ladder and he's gonna clear. He's going to stage 3.
There's no way. I'll fucking eat a shoe if this dude gets to stage 3.
He's going to stage
That's on
3. It's
video,
canon.
guys.
That's on video.
That's on video.
On video.
All right, 89, which is the Yamamoto guy, the Taro Yamamoto. He has failed the backstream in both of his stage 2 attempts. I'm going to say he gets one further and he fails the conveyor belt.
Ooh. So we're on Taro Yamamoto right now?
Yes.
Did I say
So-
he cleared?
No, you said he failed
No, you
the
didn't.
Dragon Glider. Oh, no, sorry, you said
So
he failed the warp
Kitaru-
wall.
Kitaru has made a lot of progress, and he can very easily beat the salmon ladder, and I think he could practice swimming. I think he also clears stage 2.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're about to get to number 90. Puma so far has 5 stage 2 clears. I have none.
Do I have one?
You have 1, yeah, Atlantic.
Oh, who do I have there?
That's Nagano's protege you've got.
Oh.
So 90, which is that Takeru?
Yeah, it's a carry.
You're the only one who thinks he's on stage 2, Puma.
Oh, he's gonna fail
Of
the
course.
conveyor belt.
Conveyor belt.
Yep.
91. Now, I didn't go with my heart here. I reckon Takeda's going to fail stage 1, but what do you two think? Atlantic?
Takeda. Ooh.
He's failed the salmon ladder
he's
in
gonna-
both of the last
he's
2
gonna
tournaments.
Yeah, he's gonna fail going down the salmon ladder.
For the 3rd time in a row.
Yep. He's old. He doesn't have a power.
Puma?
Takeda, unfortunately, will fail going down the Kudari salmon ladder.
Okay.
Man. For once, I don't feel bored.
All right, Nagasaki. 92.
Do I have him clearing? We all have him?
We all have him on stage 2. So
Ooh.
since he made his comeback in 29, he failed the wall lift, but he got further than anyone else that failed stage 2 in that tournament. 30, 32, and 33 made it to the 3rd stage. So 34 was really an anomaly with his spider walk fail. I reckon he's going to be. I reckon he will be in. With my predictions, he will be the first stage 2 clear of the tournament.
Jeez. Well, I agree with Hunter that he will clear.
Okay, so I reckon that after that fail, he buys a pair of shoes that grip. So what he's going to do is he's going to use those shoes to his advantage and get through the spider walk for once. He's going to get all the way to the buzzer and time out last second.
Oh,
Wow. Wow.
Because he's going to struggle with the conveyor belt. Yeah.
Wow.
Kenji Takahashi, Puma. You're the only one with him on stage 2.
Kenji will conveyor belt himself off of the
Again,
tournament.
that's the interesting thing. Like,
again.
he didn't even fail the conveyor belt through time. Like, he just completely flopped off of the thing.
Yeah.
94, the Professor. Atlantic, for some reason, is the only person who reckons he's on stage 2. His 2 previous stage 2 attempts, he's beaten stage 2 both times, including in the last tournament.
Ooh, I think he's going to. He's gonna do exactly what Shingo did. He's gonna
Drown on the back stream.
Down the back stream, yes.
Jeez.
Puma, you reckon Yuji is on stage 2?
I think Yuji is not only on stage 2, but he's on stage 3.
Oh, wow.
Not only is he on stage 3, but he's also on stage 4.
So, fucking Atlantic. Kenji Darvish, you reckon, makes it to stage 2. How's he gonna do it?
he's gonna go to stage 3, dude.
Oh my
I
god.
reckon.
So
I
you
believe in
reckon,
you,
off of your
Darvish.
predictions, you reckon the front 2 are going to be Nagano's apprentice and Kenji Darvish kicking off stage 3.
Yep.
Okay, 97, Jun Sato beat stage 2 in all of his 3 attempts since he came back. And I reckon he will keep that up.
I say
he will
clear?
keep that up.
Did I say he cleared?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he clears.
So we all have him on stage 3, which is the first person who is that. Drew Dreshel.
Yeah.
If he beats stage 2 in this tournament, that'll be 6 stage 3s in a row, which will be the second most in the history of Sasuke.
Yeah, Hunter, don't worry about it. He's clearing.
Yeah, he's going to clear.
Yeah, clear.
He's Drew Dreshel. He'll clear.
Kawaguchi. Atlantic, you reckon he failed the TIE fighter, so you're out. Puma, how do you think Kawaguchi's going to do?
He's clearing.
And I'm also going to say he clears.
Watch him actually fail the TIE
And
fighter.
finally, Morimoto, Grand Champion.
He's clearing.
Clearing.
He's clearing.
So I have 4 people clearing. Hunter has
Sweet.
3, I think. And
I have
Puma
11.
Yes,
has
yeah.
way more than
You
I
have
can count.
Atlantic has 4. I have 5, and all 5 of mine are in the 90s. Puma has
11.
11.
Jeez, dude.
It's gonna happen, I'm telling you.
So Atlantic and me are definitely leaning towards the more negative side of things.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I'm just
stage
bold.
3.
I'm not
Stage
negative, I'm
3,
bold.
just to recap, is flying bar in straight into Sidewinder, then the new obstacle, the planet bridge, then cliffhanger with a break between the cliffhanger and the vertical limit, and then pipe slider.
Yep.
Atlantic, how do you think
He's
Nagano's
fail-
apprentice is going to do?
Oh, wait,
He's
don't I have to do
failing
Yoki
the
first?
planet bridge.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, never mind. I'll put down planet bridge. But yeah, Puma, how is Hioki going to do?
Yoki will fail the first jump on the Ultra Crazy.
Oh,
Unfortunately.
Oh.
So that happens, and then Atlantic has Nagano's assistant.
then he
failing
has
the planet
Nagano's
bridge.
apprentice, who he reckons is going to fail the planet bridge.
Yep.
Puma, how do you think Kano is going to do?
Kano, this will hurt Smokey's soul, but he's gonna cheat flying bar.
Is he going to fail the first jump?
For
No,
the
for
next
second
5
jump.
minutes, it'll be whatever Puma
Just
thinks
Puma.
people are gonna do on stage 3.
Just Puma, yeah, for the next few minutes. How do you think Rio's going to do?
Rio, I think Rio will fail the first transition on the vertical limit Kai.
So that will be his first ever stage 3 fail.
Yep.
Stage 3 is too tough, man.
87, the friggin' diver.
Oh no, Minami. Well, he won't have a big experience in
Oh
stage 3
no.
because he will fail the second jump of the flying bar.
Oh well, at least I thought you were going to say first jump. To be honest.
No.
89, Kaiteru Yamamoto.
I have a lot of faith in him getting to the planet bridge. He will fail the planet bridge.
I'm on this next one. Nagasaki, my first dude on stage 3. I reckon he is going to. He's failed the flying bar his last 2 times, even though like he hasn't failed because he's missed the transitions. He's just fallen off of. He's landed the bar and then fallen off of it.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say he's gonna go for it, and he's gonna get to the first jump of the cliffhanger.
Ooh. For
Puma?
me, Nagasaki, I think he is gonna fail the first jump of the Ultra Crazy cliffhanger.
Okay. Yuji Urushihawa, Grand Champion, first time on stage 3 since Tournament 28. How's he gonna do, Puma?
Yuji will have his second stage 3 failure at the hands of the Sidewinder Kai.
What?
Yeah.
Is this getting onto the Sidewinder or once he gets into it?
No, it's gonna be the third Sidewinder.
Atlantic Champ, how's Kenji Darvish gonna do on stage 3?
I'm bold, right? I've been doing
Oh.
this the entire time.
Oh no.
Right.
He's gonna fail the second jump on the
The
cliffhanger.
second jump. Atlantic, I will give you $1,000 if that happens.
That's on video. Okay, we got that. Alright.
So you reckon he's gonna get as far as Drew Dressel has managed to get in the last 2 tournaments?
Yeah,
Last 3
yeah.
tournaments as well, but obviously he beat it in 32.
Well, Drew Jessel's gonna, have a personal best, which I'm not, gonna say anything yet.
Okay,
It's
now
not
for the
time to
guys,
shine
now
yet.
for the big guys. Jun Sato failed the jump on the cliffhanger in 2 of his last 3 appearances, and he's going to do so again, in my opinion.
Hunter, I have to agree with that.
Why
Atlantic?
were you saying wow? Oh wait, did I say he cleared?
Yes.
I don't know much about the guy. He's gonna fail.
His record, so his 3 appearances since he made his comeback: 32, he failed the first jump on the cliffhanger; 33, he failed the flying bar, but that was the controversial one; and then 34, he got back to the cliffhanger again and failed the first jump again.
He's gonna fail the cliffhanger first jump.
Okay.
Y'all got that?
So we're all identical and in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Now, this could be the big one alongside Yusuke Muramoto. Drew Dressel. How is Drew going to do? First, Atlantic.
How do you guys think?
Oh, Drew is going to do very, very good. And he is not
But
gonna
how?
screw up on this course. He's clearing.
Oh!
Oh. Well, I have to agree, and he will clear.
What? I'm not as optimistic as you two.
Yep.
I think he's going to fail the vertical limit. I don't know where on the vertical limit, but I think he's going to fail. Kawaguchi, I think, regretfully, he's going to fail the second jump at the cliffhanger once again.
I think he will pass that, and I think we will have our second final stager.
What?
Yep.
Did I say this guy cleared?
No,
No,
you
you said
said
he
he's
failed
going
the
to fail
TIE
the TIE Fighter. Okay, and Yusuke Muramoto, Grand Champion, finished in first place in the last tournament, and he was the only person to get to the vertical limit. Puma?
Well, he will get back to the vertical limit, and he will beat it, and he will beat the pipe slider, and he will be the third person moving on.
So
to the
you
final
reckon the
stage.
last 3 competitors in a row are all going to clear stage 3?
I
Yep,
have
they're
to
all gonna
say,
clear.
Morimoto's gonna clear as well.
What? Let's go.
I am going to say that... You know what? Fuck it. He's going to clear. I'm not sure he will, but fuck it. I'm going to say he's clearing.
Let's go.
Yeah, fam.
So, because of that, that means I think Morimoto will finish in first place.
Yep.
Will
Obviously.
he get Kansen though?
Will he Kanzen, or where will he fail on the final stage?
So,
One of
how
the
do
3
you
obstacles.
think Drew Dressel is going to do on the final stage, Atlantic?
Drew? Oh, Atlantic first, yeah.
So,
Oh,
remember, final stage
Drew.
is spider climb into a 10-meter salmon ladder into a rope climb.
I think Drew's pretty good at the salmon ladder, which is a good thing. Spider walk, he's pretty good at that too, I'd say. Rope climb,
Spider climb.
might be the only flaw. He's gonna clear.
What? You reckon he's going to get total victory?
Oh, yeah.
Do we know what the time limit is supposed
First
to be on this
American.
final stage, Puma?
I don't know what it is.
We don't need
So
to.
I don't think we can do a time prediction then. But you reckon he's going to go all the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now, I'm gonna tell a little personal story. This is I told the story last time of how Drew can do 41 straight cliffhanger ledges. I've seen Drew hop 3 to 4 rungs at a time on a salmon ladder. He will absolutely.
But is he going to have the
obliterate that
balls
section
to
and
do
will get
that on a
total
final
victory.
stage, elevated in the air?
Drew has done the backwards salmon ladder technique on American Ninja Warrior. He very well do a 3-4 hop. He's done 3-4 hop in American Ninja Warrior.
But is he going to clear though?
Yes, he will get Kanzen Seiha.
So you reckon he's going to be? You both reckon he's going to be the first ever foreign competitor to achieve Kanzen Seiha in this tournament?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, how do you
Why
think
not?
Kawaguchi's going to follow that up then, Puma?
Kawaguchi will time out on the rope climb.
Not the spider climb, like in 30.
No, he'll be too slow on the salmon ladder section.
And
Now we're
then
on to
reigning
Yusuke.
champion, Yusuke Yamamoto. Now, I only said he cleared because you two said he'd clear. So fuck it, I'm going to say he fails the rope climb.
I think he's gonna fail the salmon ladder part.
I think
Like,
will...
he's gonna mess up on the bar because he's gonna try to rush.
Yeah, that's possible. I see him coming just short of a second total victory on the rope climb.
So that means you both think that
not-
Drew will finish in first place then?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, well, you guys are far too optimistic, and I imagine if Smokey watches this and looks at these predictions, he's going to also shit all over your predictions. But
He's gonna make a
Yeah,
video on
I'd
his
also
like to
channel
point
saying
out-
how much of an idiot I am.
I'd also like to say rip to how long this podcast is, because I joked that it was going to be shorter. We've been going for almost an hour and 45 minutes. So,
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So I look forward to editing this, and hopefully it will be up in a week's time.
Because he was gonna join it, and he sent me a Snapchat message saying, "Did you guys begin about halfway through the podcast?" And I said, "Yeah," and he said, "Rip."
Ah, well, rip Sauron. But Atlantic,
Yeah.
we'll see you in about a year's time when we run out of people to invite. In fairness, you got involved.
Well, I'll
you got
see
involved
guys
with
in the
predictions.
comment section where I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for saying the one guy failed the TIE fighter and making fun of Shingo. Let's go.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't as funny as Puma's backstream drowning. Oh god. But yeah, so Sasuke 35, Monday the 26th, starts at 7 p.m. local time in Japan. I'm not going to be able to tell you what that is in other places around the world, but you should be able to find out. The clocks do change in the UK, so it could be a bit awkward. Let's stop. Bye, guys. We'll see you guys again for another podcast if this doesn't get cancelled.
Let's hope not, because I've been sitting here for a really long time.